Hey everyone, Gil here at Camppatton Family Compound. The question is, can you survive for 30 days? And that being the question, the actual title is How to Survive for 30 Days and Beyond. Something very important to remember about this, we are not talking about bugging out, having to go somewhere else. We are talking about your food supply in your home. Basically, there's no violence, fires, flooding in your neighborhood where you live. It's just not safe to go out shopping. There could be riots for any number of reasons around where the stores are at. It could be as a result of the election. It could be the result of somebody doing something stupid, committing suicide by cop, and everybody going, oh, it's racist, and doing all sorts of this funny, stupid stuff, and rioting and causing problems. The main thing is that it's just not safe to go out, to go to the stores, and so you're stuck with what you have in your house. Something else to consider along this really quickly here, off as a side note, do you have to go to work or can you telecommute? If you have to go to work, has your employer taken steps to make sure that everyone is safe coming into work? All right. Another point here is the services for the gas service, sewer, and water continue to work. Power may be iffy because you never know what the rioters are going to do. They may take out a substation somewhere. But for the purpose of this particular video, we're saying the power is still going to be working, so you don't have to worry about your freezers and refrigerator and stuff going out. All right, let's move on to the next one here. All right, let's make that bigger and me smaller. Boom. There we go. So step one, check what is in your pantry, your kitchen cupboards, wherever you store food. Check what's in there now and make a list of what you have. That's step one. Not that hard, fairly easy to do. Step two, write down, what do you eat the most? What one single meal or two single meals type things do you have the most often? Example, for my oldest son, he'd eat pizza every day if he could. He loves pizza. My youngest son, hey, if he could have ribs every day, he'd have ribs every day. All right. The next part of this is, do you have several meals worth of that food in your house? No? Add it to a shopping list. You're going to be adding a lot of stuff to the shopping list and working with this list, so make sure you have plenty of room on the paper for it. Step three, what is your comfort food? What is the food that you don't eat usually, but when you do eat it, it just makes you feel so good? It could be something simple like chicken and dumplings, or chicken fried steak, or chili mac, something that you can eat, potato soup, something that you eat that just makes you feel good and relax and helps take the stress away, besides ice cream. The reason is ice cream doesn't store for a long time. All right, so do you have full meals worth? The other thing, talking meals here, meals worth of, comfort food, but to have like 2 or 3 meals. No, put it on the shopping list. Step 4, what don't you mind eating a lot of? It's not something that you normally eat a lot of. It's not your comfort food. It's something else that's cheap and expensive. And if you had to eat, during the month, if you had to eat it 10 times, you really wouldn't go, I'm tired of that. All right. Do you have several meals worth of this? If not, add it to the shopping list. All right. Step 5. What foods do you like to eat that store a long time? Chili and beans, the cans of chili and beans will keep for a couple of years. Stuff like that. What do you have that stores? What do you like to eat that stores a long time? Do you have several meals worth in your pantry? If not, add it to the shopping list. Now take all those items that you like that we just discussed, whether or not you had to add them to the shopping list or not, make a menu with 10 different lunches and 10 different dinners, and you can add more other items to it to round this out. Once you have a menu to do 10 lunches and 10 dinners, multiply it times 3 and update what you need to get to the shopping list. Double check that you have all of the ingredients for the meals. You don't want to be making something then all of a sudden find yourself short of taco seasoning or chopped onions or whatever it is you need to add to it. So make sure you have all the ingredients, add whatever the shortages that you have to the shopping list. Now you're going to go stock up. However, before you head out the door, don't go overboard on your purchases. It's that easy. You want to, all right, if you have a big list, break it up so you don't break your bank. Get a little bit this week, a little bit more next week. Try to get it within several weeks. And so once you get all stocked up, go out, stock up, and you'll be ready. By doing this, you will have 30 lunches and 30 dinners for your entire family. So get all the food, get your pantry stocked. Items that need to be rotated quicker than others as far as their expiration date. Sometimes the expiration dates are really small. Get a permanent marker, write it big on the box so you can see it immediately. Remember, the first item in is the first item out. So if you already have 3 boxes of mac and cheese in your cupboard and you got 6 more, put the new ones behind the old ones so you use the old ones first. You always want to make sure that if you're using from this 30-day supply that you're replenishing it immediately. So this is what you want to do. You may also want to go ahead and expand it. Add another week's worth to it. And then add another week's to it. So until you have 2 months worth. But for now, we're just trying to get you up to 30 days. So I went ahead and made some examples here based on a family of 4. I did the shopping at Walmart online, got all the prices and stuff. So what we have here is the first item is cornflakes. Now, I did not go with the cheap cornflakes. I went with Kellogg's cornflakes just to give you a buffer on the expenses. If you're a good shopper, you'll save money. And so basically the box of 24 says it has 15 servings, costs $3.64. It's going to take, I figured, 4 boxes worth for the family. Along with that, so you're not eating cornflakes all month long, the instant oatmeal and the variety packs, different flavors and stuff. There's 20 servings in the box. And so I figured 4 different boxes. You can mix it up, brown sugar, cinnamon in one, maple in one, apples and spice in another, plain in another, whatever you want to do, mix it up so there's variety. Now for lunches, I picked out Smucker's strawberry jam, obviously not the cheap stuff, and Skippy peanut butter, obviously not the cheap stuff. And I figured 2 of each. This is the big one here, and I'll show the picture here. And so you want the 2 of each should last a family for a month. Unless you go overboard and really slather on the strawberry jam, then you may want to get, another bottle or so. And you don't have to have both bottles be strawberry jam. You can use the one strawberry, one raspberry. Throw grape jam in there. You can do different flavors. Now I picked a cheap item here, the Great Value wheat bread or white. They're the same price, 88 cents a loaf. And I figured it says it has 22 slices in it. I figured 4 loaves should one sandwich per person for lunch. That said, hey, you may want to double that, because sometimes, you know, a sandwich just to keep kids happy here, there, and elsewhere in between as a snack helps out. Now, you're going to go, well, if I get 8 loaves of bread, it's going to be moldy before I get to the last several loaves. Correct. What you do is you take them, you put a bunch of them in the freezer upside down so the top is on the bottom, and you freeze them. The reason you want to do it that way is that when you pull it out and you turn it right side up, any ice crystals that form, instead of being stuck on the bottom, they're at the top now, and they just kind of work their way down, and it restores moisture more evenly. All right, next item here is great value, instant, non-fat milk. Yes, I went with the cheap one again. You can go with the Carnation or one of the other brands. I'm trying to balance out it here a little bit. Personally, I do not like it, but it's better than eating certain things without milk at all. All right. The next item here is the in-store brand of ground beef. I picked the most expensive one, which is a 93% lean, 7% fat. It comes in different, it comes in 90-10, 85-15, 80-20, 75-25. I think it even comes down as low as 65, 35 or something like that. So, but 3 pounds per roll. I got 10 rolls. They're like little logs. You freeze them, or you can take them when you get it. You open it up and you just start slicing it, and you make hamburger patties. Put those on a cookie sheet with wax paper or parchment paper. Freeze those, baggie those up, and you have preformed, hamburger patties. If you want to do that, hey, instead of one of the, you could add, in addition to this, you could add some hamburger buns and do the same thing as you're doing with the bread for the hamburger buns. I found the Kraft original mac and cheese comes in a 35 count case. And I know you feel, I'm going to get sick and tired of it. Yeah, you probably would be if that's the only thing you have. But I figure if you get this is, you can survive with this here. You can survive for 30 days. You can also take the mac and cheese. You'd have the mac and cheese. You grill up one of the hamburger patties, serve it next to it. Or you take the hamburger, brown it up, mix it in with it, changes the flavor, makes it a little bit differently. Tastes different, so it's not the same thing all the time. All right, and this total for this for a month is $278.08, going with what just I have here on the screen here. Let's go down to the next one here. I started out the same thing with cornflakes and oatmeal, strawberry jam, the Skippy peanut butter, the bread, but I added hamburger helper, tuna helper, rice-a-roni, and you got different flavors on it, and chicken helper. And I picked out, 6 boxes of each. Those depending on what you get and where you get it at, range anywhere from $2 a box to $1 a box. And if you get the store brand ones on sale, you can get them down as low as 79 cents, 89 cents a box. Now I upgraded the milk, the powdered milk, from the non-fat, powdered milk to the Nestle whole powdered milk. It's a bit more expensive, a lot more expensive. Its shelf life is shorter. You can't store it for several years, but it does taste a lot better than regular powdered milk. I found that Walmart has an 8-pack of chicken of the sea tuna. They also have a 12-pack occasionally. So I picked out the 8-pack. 2 8-packs here is what I picked out. And then Walmart carries Keystone meat products. There's all natural chicken. There's ground beef. There's turkey. There's pork. There's beef chunks. And here's a picture here of it. And they're all the same price. And right here, I just picked the chicken and the beef. Got 4 cans of each. I'm figuring that you would get 2 meal servings out of each can, mixing it with a hamburger helper or tuna helper, whatever. And that's just it. Back on these hamburger helper, tuna helpers and stuff, you don't have to use tuna with a tuna. You can use tuna with a hamburger helper. You can use the ground beef with the tuna helper or the chicken helper. And you can use the chicken with any of them, all right? So you can mix them up. It gives more variety, makes it taste a little bit differently. And then for the 6 of the dinners, I picked out the Dinty Moore beef stew, the big can, 38-ounce can. And so that here, with this different variety from the first one, this is $241.38. Where the other one was, let me see if I can bring it back up here real quick. The other one was $278. So you're about $35 cheaper with this one, but it's you're dealing with the canned meats and not good quality 7% fat hamburger. All right, so you can change this up a whole bunch. You can go into, you don't have to stick this. These are just kind of examples of ways you can do it. If there's some other stuff that you like that you can want to stick in there and do, great. You can get, if you want to get the cheap fajita meats and package those up and freeze those and mix those in with different things, that works great too. Now, the next slide here covers some other items you may want to consider. Now, in the beginning, I said, we're going to, for the list here, we were talking about the water being functional. But just in case, it's all a good prepper always has an ace up his sleeve. The 55-gallon barrels, the 30-gallon barrels, price out to get 120 gallons works out, the same as buying these Reliance Aquatainers, water container things at Walmart. These are 7-gallon, and here's a picture of it. And as you can see, it looks like, and then on the right shows you taking the lid off and putting the valve on it. So you basically screw that valve, the little valve on it. You set it upright on your counter. You can just use it for dispensing water that way. These, with the water stored properly and to begin with the little bit of unscented bleach, will store for years and years. And the 7-gallon containers are easier to move around than a 55-gallon drum is, because water weighs 8.34 pounds per gallon. All right. Now, if the water does go out, you don't want to be using all your dishes and have them sitting there in the sink, not being washed, getting disgusting, drawing flies in and stuff like that. So I went to Sam's Club for this. The Sam's toilet paper. We all remember what happened back in the spring when the red dragon reared its ugly head. So one of the big jumbo packages has 45 rolls, and that should last you a month. The Member Marks paper plates, these are the 10 3/8 or whatever size ones. 204 plates per package for $15. You get the paper bowls. They're the 20-ounce bowls. You get 150 bowls. Yeah, that'll be more than enough for a family of 4 for a month. The Bounty paper towels, select a sheet. That was the best deal. And then the for plasticware, the big boxes, 600 per box of the forks, spoons, and knives. There's all forks in one box, all spoons in another box, all knives in another box. It is the best deal out there to get. So And this is $370, but this is stuff you would build up a little at a time here. The most expensive item on here is building up those water containers. And so you're going to do that, one or two a week only at $15 each. And I remember like a year ago they're like $9. So things have gone up here dramatically. But yeah, you start stocking one up or two up a week, and that'll take care of that. Let's go down here, and we're going to wrap this up here with questions. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I will answer them. Also, if you want to help support my channel, here's the way you can do it. If you like the video, please pound that thumbs up button. It helps me with YouTube's analytics. Also, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell so you get notifications of my next video. Also, we love comments, so don't forget to type a comment down below. And once you've done that, share it out to your friends. Let them enjoy the video as well. Thanks a lot. All right, so before we head off here, don't go overboard. All you're doing is getting basic foods, enough food to last you for 30 days. Once you have that, you can expound upon it. You can, add another week, change up what your menu, and that also will help you expand it. If you have, like you're doing these 10 meals, now you add 2 different meals to it, 3 meals each. That's another 6 days. And so you can expand it that way, just adding more meal ideas to it, and that like that. Now, one thing I didn't cover in here is pasta, a regular pasta. Buying plain pasta. Get a 1 pound thing of spaghetti. Yeah, you can make spaghetti with it. You can, instead of putting sauce on it, you can put a can of chili on it. Same thing like with the mac and cheese that we mentioned earlier. Get a couple cans of chili, and you add a can of chili to the package of mac and cheese. Now you have chili mac. So a good way to expand and change it on basic items, give you a different flavor to it. So everyone out there, got a little short clip coming up here at the end, suggesting a couple of videos for you. But everyone, stay happy, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.